welcome to the Book Bar. It's Tuesday night. That means live Star Wars trivia. I'm Justin. With me tonight is my good friend Jeremy from Templar Pops. Jeremy, what's cracking tonight?
Hello, how are you? I'm doing well, thank you.
Okay, great. That was a smooth intro. Well done. That's it. That's all he has to say.
What's up, man?
Oh, man. Not too much.
I'm excited. I'm so excited for tonight. I've been waiting for this for all week, since last Tuesday, as a matter of fact.
Well, that's what's on tap tonight. It's the Mandalorian trivia. We're doing chapters 13 through 16, which means the second half of season 2, right up through that epic moment. No spoilers, just in case any of these are questions. But I have prepared the questions tonight, and Jeremy's going to answer them tonight. So I hope you spent extra time studying. But I got to be honest, rewatching these and looking for trivia questions was not super easy. I felt like the past few weeks, some of the other episodes have been a lot easier to draft questions for, especially hard questions. The type of stuff we look for. There wasn't a lot of that this week. No,
it was challenging. While I was studying, I was thinking, man, he's going to have some difficult time finding some really good questions here.
Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty easy for you to pin down a lot of the things that I might ask. So, I purposefully only put a few of those things in there because I thought, really there's like probably 10 to 12 to 15 things that would be obvious that I would ask. Right. So I didn't put all those in there. I tried to mix it up a little bit, but I think you'll have a pretty good idea. But what's on tap? Our first segment has a double meaning, of course. It's not just Mandalorian trivia. We like to share what we're drinking. Templar, you're the guest. What do you got tonight?
I have Wild Little Thing. It's correct. It's a sour, tart, slightly sour ale from Nevada.
Is that Sierra Nevada?
That's correct.
I like the sour ales. They're pretty solid. Let's see.
I like this one quite a lot, actually.
I've got the old Sam Adams, trusty, rusty Sam Adams. Put that in there, focus. The Boston Lager.
That's right.
I would fit right in Boston. Right in.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
My dad actually works for his job. He kind of is like part-time in and out of Boston and then West Michigan where I live. And I always thought if I ever went there with him to see a Red Sox game or something, I was like, I would fit in perfectly there. Right? Yeah.
Fenway is so fun. That's a great time. Great time.
Tom Brady. Yeah, see, I could do it.
Yes,
Tom Brady.
Dude.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know if they still like Tom Brady, but who also just unretired like Michael Jordan for the 5th time. It's he was retired for 6. The best part about this, I know you're an NFL guy, you do fantasy football, is when the story broke a couple days ago, right? That Brady's coming back out of retirement, if you want to even call it that. But the article on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers page right before that, right? It was posted 4 hours before Brady announced his comeback. Was that somebody at auction bought his last touchdown pass football for $500,000, and then literally 4 hours later he announces he's unretiring.
Oh yeah, that stinks.
I was like, that's so awesome. I was like, I hope Tommy flies that guy out, signs that football for him or something, because that's the dangers
of collecting. Then high-end collectibles on sports collectibles. You don't know what's going to happen. You just don't.
I know. So let's see. What's up, everybody in the chat who's joining on? Sire Speed, Pop Sith, Robert, what's going on? So that's what's on tap. The Mandalorian trivia, chapters 13 through 16. I prepared the questions. Templar's guessing tonight. He's in the hot seat tonight. But before we go any further, he's probably going to be sporadically playing the harmonica, I feel like, at some point tonight. So be prepared for that. I hope you like the harmonica. But up next is our pre-game chug. So grab your beers, whether you're watching live or on the replay. Pick it up. Get ready. There you go. He's double-fisted. Let's get it going. Tyler has a little pitch he normally plays during this, but I don't have anything to say, so we're just going to kick it back. We're just going to drink. Tempo, you got to unmute yourself. I can't unmute you.
Due to technical difficulties, we'll be right back. Here we are.
Smooth as always. This is the smoothest Star Wars show on YouTube.
Easy. Oh, thank God that's over.
Yeah, it's not our best segment.
I like it though.
You gotta get it going. Here we go. General Kenobi. That's a must. You have to say that. It's actually the law. If someone says hello there, you have to say that.
Your impersonations are spectacular.
They can be. They can be. It depends on who we're doing. But Augie, what's going on too? He's in the house. Pop Sis in the house. The Sire Speed. Robert's in the house. What's going on, everybody? Right. All right. So now, last week, of course, well, for those of you that may or may not know, right, we have a fact checker. His name is Frederick. He's the best in the business. He's a 6-time world fact-checking champion. He likes to go over our previous streams and look for any false or misleading statements that Tyler and I may have made, or any, inaccuracies. And then he gives the report to Tyler, and Tyler summarizes it and reads it on stream. Now, we didn't do that last week, of course, because Tyler wasn't here. Frederick and I, for anybody who's followed the channel for a long time, have a very rocky relationship. So he really only deals with Tyler. But good news, folks, I've actually heard that he did prepare a report, and he won't send it to me, but he sent it to Jeremy. So let's bring in the intro for Frederick. All right, Jeremy, take it away. What do we got?
First thing, I got this email. I was cruising my spam folder and I saw it, and it said, "Read me now, Frederick, from the Frederick the Fact Checker at gmail.com." I'm like, oh, come on. Someone Pop Sith sent this, or Augie sent this, but
sounds legit to me.
It checks out. It does. And it said right across the top, do not read until the live. So I haven't read it at all. So
okay,
don't blame me. I'm just a messenger, right?
Okay.
I don't know what
Tyler ever is too. Yeah.
I don't know what's in this, so don't blame me. Everybody, okay. I love you all. I do. So I'm just reading what Frederick has to say.
Right. Sure. Okay. See what you got.
Hello from Brazil. Brazil, that's interesting. First things first, I have great news. I'm currently competing for my 7th fact-checking world championship. Wow, that's spectacular, Frederick.
That's great news. Yeah, well done, Frederick. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice. We didn't even know. Nobody knew. Maybe that's why he didn't reach out last week, because he was in Brazil.
Maybe he was competing.
Yeah. Well, he goes on to say, since I get so much work fact-checking your show, I'm sure to win. Yeah.
I don't know what he's getting at there.
I don't know. It sounds like Frederick for sure. I mean,
fact-checking Tyler, maybe.
Yeah, I mean. So this next comment's for the chat. Unusual. Good. Also. Okay.
I like it when we call it the chat.
Absolutely. It says, it was so nice to see so many new faces. And it was last week. There was a lot of new faces in the chat. So it's
there
awesome.
Was.
And plenty of the old ones in last week's check. Okay. Old ones. However, as always, the chat's answers were total garbage.
Yeah. Usually they are.
The Pop
Except for Ray's.
Yeah, Ray. Well, not according to this, apparently. The Pop Sith was muttering like a typical Tool fan, hypnotized into speaking only in song titles and the occasional riddle. I can relate to that.
Yeah.
And then Ray's math, as always, is amazingly incorrect.
What?
So, yeah, that's his comments to the chat. Yeah.
Wow, really?
It sounds like Frederick, but I'm not convinced because, there's a lot of controversy. People think Tyler's Frederick. Some people think Frederick's Tyler. We're still, but this is compelling. And this is for you, Justin.
Okay.
Remember, I'm just the messenger. I don't know what this is. I don't know.
Sure.
In regards to your comments about Tyler's way harder than they should have been questions in the previous trivia competition. Oh boy. Frederick has the following to say. Suck it up, Buttercup. You try writing 15 questions and a bonus in 48 hours because Templar doesn't know how to do taxes.
Well,
what?
That's fair. Tyler was on a time crunch there. He still busted my balls, though, so I'm going to disagree with Frederick on that one.
Yeah, I don't know. Me too. And what does that? What does my taxes have to do? I don't get that.
I don't know.
Having said that, you did, Justin, do quite well during that episode, despite your obvious lack of preparation. And Tyler's questions were always perfect, as always.
These seem like backhanded compliments, but okay, I accept.
Right, there's definitely some Tyler stuff going on here, and this is for me. Oh boy, this is for me. I'm gonna have a quick drink.
Okay.
I'm sure this is gonna be awful. Let's see. There we go. Hello, Jeremy. Templar, Jeremy, that's me.
That's you. Yep.
Last week's questions were the work of pure genius. Oh, wow. That's a lot from Frederick. I don't know what to say about that, really. Oh, wait, there's more. Hold on. Therefore, I have to assume that Tyler wrote the questions before leaving for his night out. Wait a minute. Since they were perfect in every way. What was that? What's that supposed to mean?
I don't know, I guess.
Frederick thinks Tyler wrote my questions last week?
I guess so. I don't know. I'm very confused.
I'm sensing some bias here towards
There's
Tyler.
always bias against me, especially in Frederick's reports. Yes.
So, believe it or not, he did have a comment for Tyler, which he's not here to defend himself, so we're definitely reading it.
Okay.
It says, Tyler, your love for Tool knows no boundaries. However, that is no excuse for not preparing a Frederick fact check last week. I think that's legit. I am the soon-to-be 7-time fact-checking world champion. You let me down, Tyler. You let me down. Ta-ta, F. That's it.
Huh. That didn't sound like Frederick, but it's good to, assuming that is him, it's good to hear from him, I think, right? Yeah.
And
he
didn't have much to say about the questions, though.
He didn't
other than
really
Tyler wrote them and they were perfect.
Yeah, which seems suspicious. But now, also, you brought up earlier the fact that people don't necessarily think that Frederick is real, or that people think that Tyler is Frederick, right?
Right. And it was
Okay, go ahead. Did he have anything to say about that?
There was a photo attached to the email, but it did take me some time to unlock it. It was password protected, so
okay. I've got it. Well, here.
All right. Let's
I've got it. I've got it here. I've got that photo from your email. Okay, let's go ahead and put that up. And right there. Okay, so as you can see, folks, Tyler is clearly in the same room or area as Frederick behind the fence there. And so I think that's confirmed that Tyler is not Frederick, and that Frederick is a real person, because you can both see them there. That's clearly a real, not doctored photo of the two people that we know as Tyler and Frederick in the same place at the same time. So there you have it. Frederick is real, and he is not Tyler. That's
so. Is Tyler in Brazil also? Have you heard from Tyler? Because was that taken in Brazil?
Well, he is in a foreign country right now, but that's all I know. That's all I can say. So,
all
right. Well, all right. Moving right along. It's time for trivia, my friend. It's time for trivia. That's right. I prepared the questions. Mandalorian chapters 13 through 16. Templars in the hot seat guessing tonight, but as always, for those of you that know, we have to thank our sponsors of each round before we get going. So let's thank our round one sponsor, and that, of course, is the Jawa Junk Shop. They buy junk, buy, sell, trade, no refunds. Is your speeder, is your ship looking for parts? Go to the Jawas and check out the Jawa Junk Shop. There's a good chance that they have what you need because they stole it. But don't worry, they'll be willing to sell it back to you at a considerable markup. Thank you so much, Jawa Junk Shop, for sponsoring the show. Go ahead and check them out. JawaJunkShop.com. Oh, man. Our newest sponsor, and they do great work. It's hard to
Their shipping's great. Oh, yeah.
Their shipping is great. And really, if you don't have anything to trade, if you don't have credits or anything like that, just go get an egg. They'll just smash that thing open and eat it, and they're happy with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're easy to please. Yeah.
All right. And with that, it's time. I just saw Augie's comment that just says, is that a young Ray Romano? I got to say,
I think so.
I got to say that one for Tyler. I haven't said that one too. Oh, man. All right. It's trivia time, Templar. Now, before we get into this, we got to remind everyone, we're going to do the quick spiel on how BookBar trivia works. Now, here we go. 4 levels. We've got the Youngling level, the Padawan level, the Jedi Knight, and the Jedi Master. Now, these all have been adjusted accordingly, because we're not talking about movies that have canon books with them that we've seen 1,000 times. So, but generally speaking, Youngling means easy, Padawan means medium, Jedi Knight means hard, and of course, the Jedi Master is supposed to be a difficult multi-part question. And if Templar gets every single question right, he will score a perfect 66 points. And then maybe I'll have to do a humiliation. I don't know. We'll see. But with that, Templar, I ask you, are you ready for question numero uno?
I am ready. Let's do it.
All right. See, I got to load these up. Boom. And here we go. Question number 1. Despite Ahsoka's claim that she is not one of these, Chapter 13, Templar, oddly enough, has this title.
That's a tough one. Really.
Luau, what's up, man?
What's up, Luau? Despite Ahsoka's claim that she is not one of these, Chapter 13 has this title.
That's right.
I believe the answer to this question is the Jedi.
The Jedi, is that your final answer?
I'm afraid so, yes.
Now, before you go on, Pops says stripper. The stripper. Are you sure? The Jedi. You're okay with the Jedi?
I'm good with the Jedi, yep.
His name is Pop Sith. He's a Star Wars. Okay. What is the vegan?
No.
Okay. You are correct, Templar. It is the Jedi. What is the Jedi? You are 1 for 1, my friend. And yeah, what is that? 2 points? See, I don't even know. This is our show and it's our trivia game. I don't even know how many points it is.
That's all right.
But that's okay. Difficulty steps up almost immediately. Almost immediately. So here we go. Are you ready for question numero dos? That's 2 if you don't speak Espanol.
2. Yes, please.
That's right. Here we go. Question number 2. Chapter 16, The Rescue, contained one of the most memorable Star Wars moments of all time. This person directed the episode.
Oh, you suck. I wrote down all the directors. So, and this guy is not somebody I know, and that's why I have difficulty remembering.
Ooh. Oh, we can't get you this early. We can't get you this early. That's okay. We've got time. We can hang on for a few minutes. We can check with the chat. We'll see, right?
And what exactly is the most memorable moment of Star Wars of all time that you're referring to?
Well, I can't. I'm not going to. I said one of the most memorable. I'm not going to. No spoilies. No spoilies.
All right. I'm going to need some help with the chat because I know if I see the name in the chat, I'll recognize it. So even if the answers from the chat are garbage, if anybody's even close, I might be able to get it. It's not Steve-O.
It could be Steve-O. It could be Tim Burton. Okay. I think I heard he was bringing like a weird Halloween puppety thing to Star Wars. He seems like, with all the puppets, he'd be a guy that would fit in. Popsis says Peyton Reed. It's actually Peyton Manning, I think, Popsis, that's who you're thinking of. Quarterback, Colts, Broncos, won a Super Bowl. Super funny in commercials. If you know who that is.
I paid Pop Sith $20 on PayPal earlier to help me, and I feel like I'm gonna have to get a refund. Peyton Reed. That's not it. I keep thinking Kenny. Keep thinking Ken, but it's not.
You're sure? You paid Pop Sith how much?
$20. It wasn't enough.
I don't know. I think it was a good investment.
You think so?
I think it was.
So it's not Kenny Peyton. Penny. I'm working it out here. Penny Peyton. Weed. Peyton Need. Peyton Greed. I got it. It's Peyton Reed. Final answer.
Final answer. That's correct. It is Peyton Reed.
Wow.
Well done.
My memory is spectacular.
I know. That's so funny. It just came back to you just like that right there.
Now I own $40.
He probably texted you and he said, double it, or I'm not putting the answer in the chat. All right. So that's 2 more points for you. I think you're at 4 points now. You're a perfect 2 for 2. Moving right on to question number 3. This probably should have been question number 2. Here we go. In the post-credit scene, we see Boba Fett point blank assassinate this former Twi'lek major domo of Jabba the Hutt.
Oh God, this is the easiest thing. I every once in a while I eat out. Deidre and I don't eat out much anymore because we're on this really strict diet. But when I do eat out, I always ask for a bib. They're usually here in Maine. Bibs are always available, especially for seafoods like ribs and chicken fingers and tuna specifically.
Tuna? You have a tuna bib? What's the tuna?
Yeah, so bibs for tuna. Yeah, so that way you don't want to make them. I'm telling you, man, when you come to Maine someday and you sit down to a tuna platter, these things are like 4 pounds of cooked tuna, deep fried tuna with French fries.
So you need your bibs for tuna.
Exactly. So that's my final answer. Bib for tuna.
It's not Kirk Hammett?
No.
Not the Cookie
that's a
Monster?
good guess. No. And it's not ham it up, Rob.
So your final answer was?
Bib Fortuna.
Templar, that's absolutely correct. Bib Fortuna, you are 3 for 3. 6 points, my friend.
That's
and
right.
you are rolling right along, but just remember, this is youngling level questions. It's only going to get more difficult. There you go. Here we go. Question number 4. These are the final words of Luke Skywalker before he takes Grogu away from Mando. Well, maybe for a few episodes of the Book of Boba Fett, at least.
At least.
You
know, I was thinking while I was watching this, I was like, I can just skip episodes 1 through 4 of the Book of Boba Fett and start right off with number 5 and
right
be in
where
great
it gets
shape.
good.
Right? I'm like, this would be really fun. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, you skip right ahead to Mandalorian season 2.5, right? And then it's great. Yep.
I think it has something to do with the Empire. Long live the Empire. No, that's the wrong motto.
Are you sure?
It's not long live the Empire. It's not I need to go to Tashi Station to get some power converters.
I need to go to Tashi Station to pick up some power converters.
I feel like I need to trust my gut on this one.
Has there ever been a more beloved whiny hero than Luke Skywalker?
They tried really hard with Anakin, though, didn't they?
They really did. Well, like father, like son, it makes sense, yeah.
Exactly. All right, I know the answer to this question.
Okay.
He says, did you remember the diapers?
He said, did you remember to turn the stove off when you left?
He said, of course, may the force be with you.
Is that your final answer?
It is.
Templar, that's absolutely correct. May the force be with you. It's not, these species are great for stew. Although that makes just plop Grogu right in there, man. Plus, think of all the frogs and stuff that Grogu eats. There's going to be all kinds of good stuff. Protein, all kinds of good stuff in those
all
soups.
Organic. Yeah, definitely.
For the Emperor. That's a good one, too. Yep. Yeah. Oh, now see, that would have been a good one. What if Luke said that to Grogu? I can bring you in warm or I can bring you in cold.
I think Grogu would be cute in carbon freeze. I just think that would look cool.
Wouldn't it be like the most adorable little carbon? So now here's a question: if Grogu gets frozen in carbonite, is it a gigantic carbonite plaque with just little Grogu either in the middle or at the very, very, very bottom, or is he frozen in a little adorable carbonite?
Yeah, adorable carbonite. Yeah,
that'd be so good.
That'd be great.
All right, you're 4 for 4. You have 8 points. Are you ready for the final youngling level question?
I hope so.
So now this is a tougher question, much tougher than the previous 4. The only reason this one is here, you will see, because I'm going to give it away in the clue. Here we go. Marshal Dune goes to retrieve Mayfeld, whose inmate ID is this 5-digit number, because she's got a job for him. Hint, they say the number I counted 8 times.
I know the answer to this question. I want to see what the chat thinks. This is a Ray question, big time.
Okay.
So Ray,
this is a number question. Ray is always on the money when it comes to number questions. That's absolutely correct.
I love Mayfield, by the way. I think he's one of the best characters in that show.
I mean, Bill Burr as a comedian is hit or miss for me. Some of his stuff I like, some of it I don't like. But I actually like him in the show. I actually think he's a good actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Some people, even like the, some of the other Mandalorians or just some of the other side characters, they're acting and you're just like, man, they're over the top too much. But he acts like how a real person should act.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. He seems very comfortable. Like he's just in the Star Wars universe.
Yes.
He's just, there he is. Yeah.
That's exactly right.
The way the dialogue's written is very much him in his style of comedy. And the things he's saying, you got to really listen to his dialogue. It's some of the most potent discussions in the show, I think, as far as deep discussions about how the Empire's just the same as the Republic. He's like, what's the difference? Is someone else
You're born on this planet. You're born in, it's just like on Earth, I'd say.
Guess
you're
what?
born,
they're not there anymore. Right?
Well, I know, but it's people. I don't want to get deep into politics or religion, but you're born in Boston, right? You're an Irish Catholic. you're born in India, right? You're Hindu. It's just like it's and then but one might hate the other, and it's like you're just kind of I don't want to say a victim of your own circumstance, but that's just kind of what you are, or where you grew up. So,
and he's just like, we're all the same. We're just all the same, man. It doesn't make any difference. Right.
So Ray says 56.90.69.
I can't believe he got that right for the first time in the history of the show. Ray is correct.
Oh, no. I think Ray has the highest accuracy level of anyone in the history of the show.
97.32268744983.7%.
So here we go. What do we got? Marshall Dune goes to retrieve Mayfeld, whose inmate ID is this 5-digit number because she's got a job for him. Hint, they say this number 8 times in this scene.
Inmate number 24667, please report to your new assignment. Inmate number 24667.
I'm going to give you one chance to revise that. You are one number off.
Oh, like what's that show used to be cool on TV? Price is Right.
Where you get to go one up or one down. You've got to adjust one number. You've got to adjust one number.
What did I say? 2-4.
You said 24667.
It's
4 of those are correct.
3-2-4-6-6-7. The beer.
Now you just gave me 6 numbers.
3-2-6-6-7. 3-2-6-6-7.
So you added the right one and dropped a wrong one.
Chat, help Ray. Come on, Ray. I'm gonna play a little song till Ray gets this right. I studied this.
It does end 667, but you've got the first couple mixed up now. You said 2-4, which is incorrect.
2-4. 4-2. Ray.
No.
So it's not 3-2-6-6-7.
It's not 2-4-6-6-7. But it is
2-3-6-6-7. 2-3-6-6-7.
I'm going to give you partial credit. I'm going to give you 80% credit on this.
4 out of 5
credit. You get 4/5 credit. So this is a 2-point question. So yeah, you get 1.6 points for this out of 2.
I'm fine with that.
3-4-6-6-7, not 2-4. 3-4-6-6-7.
I worked so hard on that. I'm very disappointed in myself.
You almost just like you slammed it right out, and I was like, oh no, he mixed the first number up. But I was like, I could tell you knew it because you were like 3-4-6. Man, Augie's got it confirmed in the chat.
Oh, thanks, Augie. 5 minutes too late.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's amazing. I've got the same combination on my luggage.
Well, I would have gotten partial points on that too, a little bit. At least, 3 of the numbers would have been correct.
He says, sorry, I was fixing a taco.
Oh, yeah.
Now, is that like you were making a real taco, or is that sexual innuendo? I don't know at this point. I can't.
That never happens here.
Yeah, there's never any sexual innuendo on this. We don't care. We love our small channel. We like our group of people.
We do.
YouTube doesn't have to push us out to anybody.
Nope.
So, there we go. That was question number 5. Templar, you're doing great. You currently have 9.6 out of 10 points.
I feel good. I feel real good about that.
You're doing great. I've got to. I'm gonna load this next question in there. Right. Okay. And then just again say thank you, of course, to all of our patrons, all of our nerd level 1, 2, 3, and of course Templar, our council member. We appreciate you guys so much. Everything you do. If you're interested in supporting the channel, there's a link down in the description below. Appreciate it, everyone. Thank you so much. And of course, we have a round 2 sponsor, as always. And that, of course, is Big League Chewy from Wookiee of the Year, Chewbacca. It's an Outta Here original. Folks, you can find Big League Chewy anywhere where tobacco products are marketed to children, which, as we all know, is pretty much anywhere. So check out your local grocery store, your local toy store, and pick up some Big League Chewy. Wookiee of the Year, Chewbacca. Doesn't he look like a natural in that uniform? He is ready to rock one out of the park. Like literally. I mean, like just like Darth Vader did. Remember when Darth Vader was playing baseball and he blew up the Death Star by accident?
I do remember that.
That was great. Look at that. I didn't know Darth Vader was left-handed. Blew up the Death Star.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Like, look at, they're all like, oh shit.
That's like when you park at the wrong spot at Fenway Park. That's what happens every time.
You just get a crack in the windshield.
Free souvenir baseball with your parking tonight.
All right, here we go. Question number 6. Are you ready?
Yes.
After seeing the Imperial cruiser and uttering, "They're back," Boba claims it's true by saying that it definitely isn't one of these. He's not having one of these. More common on Tatooine, I imagine.
I've had a few flashbacks myself.
Have you?
Just recently, earlier today, I had one. It was pretty dramatic, but I got through it.
Okay, good.
Actually, Rob was in it. My friend Rob Crozier here was in it from Fish Show we went to in 1995, Portland, Maine. That's all I remember. Then the next morning, I walked into a light post and fell into the road. Spilled coffee.
Classic Templar.
Myself, right, and then now it's like right now.
Yeah,
it's now.
Like, is this the dream or is this real?
Oh, that's what happened. But that was what my flashback was earlier. And Deidre's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like walking. I'm blacked out. I'm walking through the house having my flashback. I run into the wall and fall down. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm having a flashback. I think it was just at a Fish Show with Rob." So, but I consumed a lot of spice that night. So it was a spice dream that I was having.
A spice dream. Interesting. Is that your answer to this question?
It may not seem it, but it is. That's my final answer.
That's correct. What is a spice dream? Yeah, see, I struggled a little with how to ask this question. I wasn't sure if it was super clear what I was getting at, but you had it right away. So,
yeah.
Okay, I feel a little better about that one. Just making sure.
That was only like one of the 3 questions you could have asked in that whole episode. There was just so much action. There's so much action in it.
You're right, man. I'm telling you, like there was not a ton of great places to ask questions, but yeah, pick my spots. That's right. The spice must flow.
Not that there's any correlation between Star Wars and Dune.
And Dune, all. It's not like George Lucas really ripped off any ideas from Frank Herbert and Dune. No,
borrowed /
he was inspired by. If I were like his lawyer, I'd be like, no, you were inspired by it. That's how you do it. Yeah.
That's how they all do it.
Right, here we go. Question number 7. Are you ready?
I think so. Lay it on me.
Here we go. Question number 7. On the planet Tython, Mando must seek the ancient ruins of a temple that has a strong connection to the Force and place Grogu on this at the top of the mountain.
This is a cool scene. There's a big thing on the top of a hill. It looks cool. It's cool architecture. And, you could see a lot from up there. Very easy.
You can see a lot.
360-degree panorama. A statue of Buddha. Well, it is round and smooth and plump. It could be Buddha's head. It could be the top of Buddha's head, like the Easter Island statues. The rest of it's buried underground. And it's just the top of the head sticking out.
Okay.
That's like possible. The Seer Stome. What's a Stome, Augie? And you're drinking Budweiser's. Never mind. He's drinking Budweiser's. Just
I've tried to have this conversation with Augie before about drinking Budweiser, but it seems like it's not working. He still drinks Budweiser.
No. What's a Stome? Thanks, Augie. I appreciate it. Just saying. And he is fairly close. He is close. So.
Or maybe he's not. What is these nuts?
Ray has just been, like earlier when Frederick was mentioning Ray, is total garbage. So thank you, Ray.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know that's not right? That could be right.
Well, no. What is D's nuts? I don't think it was the Jedi had any D's nuts temples.
Are you sure?
They had taco temples.
Did they have taco? Did they have taco night? Do you think the Jedi had taco and Budweiser?
Yeah, sure they did, but it wasn't on Tuesday.
If they did, Augie would get an invite. They'd be like, "Hey guys, tell Augie it's Budweiser and taco night up at the Jedi Temple."
Taco Wednesdays for the
Taco
Jedi.
Wednesday, Tuesdays. Well, maybe the Jedi would do it on Wednesday.
Right. I do have the answer. It is, in fact, the Seeing Stone.
Is that your final answer?
Final answer.
That is correct, Templar. It is the Seeing Stone.
Mm.
Well done. Well done. Well done. All right.
It's all blue and shimmery. It's nice.
That is absolutely correct. So, okay, so you're 2 for 2 in this round. So that's 6 more points. So I think you're at 15.6 out of 16. Is where you sit right now. So doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Are you ready for question numero ocho?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Question number 8. Boom. Mando and Mayfeld hijack one of these transports on Morak with 10 gigantic wheels, 5 on each side, before being attacked by pirates and then, ironically, saved by TIE fighters.
The first time in Star Wars history where you were like, yes, it's the TIE fighters.
I know.
I stood right up and cheered during that moment. Literally
you're like, they're here to save the day.
Yes.
And guess what? They can actually hit something. You know, like they can actually hit their targets when they're blowing up bad guys.
And then for like the next 3 weeks, I'm like, what did I do that for? That's really weird. Never in the history of Star Wars. I'm like, yay, Imperial Star Destroyers. Whoopie-doo.
And they showed up to save the day.
Mm-hmm.
They saved Mando. They saved Mayfeld. And they did so by not destroying or allowing the pirates to destroy this style of transport, this type of transport.
It reminds me of some comic books that I like very much.
Does it?
It
Which
does.
ones
and
in particular?
I just bought a #1 variant cover of this character, the Juggernaut. And it was Juggernaut number 5, to be specific.
Really? You know, funny, Juggernaut was one of my favorite Marvel villains growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I was a big Wolverine fan, may or may not have named my son after him while my wife was drugged up after giving birth. That's a true story, by the way. And growing up watching the X-Men cartoon on Saturday mornings, I loved it when Kane Marco as Juggernaut fought the X-Men. I always loved it because they could barely defeat him. He was like the Hulk, you know? So just really like those episodes. Really.
Now we've seen 2 variations of Juggernaut now in the X-Men films. Which one did you like better, the first one or the second one?
Well, you talking about the one in Deadpool? I thought the one in Deadpool was much better.
Right, the actual full-sized
Juggernaut. Yeah. I was like, yeah, he's got to be more like Hulk. It's like you've got to digitally animate him or whatever. Yeah. He needs to be more like the Hulk. He was monstrously huge. And when they just did like a big buff guy and all he did was run really fast and you couldn't stop him, I'm like, that is stupid. I'm sorry. Right. Really stupid. And I think that was the first time they did Juggernaut, and I remember hating it. I was just like, God, it's terrible.
Yeah, that character was excellent in the Deadpool film. It was great.
Because wasn't it in the one Fantastic Four movie too? They did Galactus as like a storm, and I was like, come on, it's stupid. God. Right. All right.
Well, CGI is much better now.
So we got on this tangent that has nothing to do with the question. It's not related whatsoever at all.
It's the correct answer though, Juggernaut.
But is it?
It is. Juggernaut number 5. It is my final answer.
That is correct. It is a Juggernaut, and I believe it was Juggernaut number 5 was theirs because they're throwing out Juggernaut 3, Juggernaut 4. I believe they were referring Juggernaut 5 was them. But I thought I would just ask the class of the ship and not ask for the number. So
can I have those 0.2 points, 0.02 points back?
You know, I think the fact that you properly identified that is probably worth 0.4 bonus points. I think so. Yeah, so I think that puts you right back, right back at perfect.
Perfect. Yes.
So now, that puts you back at, what are you at, 19? Yeah, you're 19 for 19 now. You're back at perfect with the 0.4 bonus. Okay, here we go. Question number 9 in the Padawan level questions. Here we go. Boom. This Imperial Magistrate, ruler of the city of Caladan, and total bitch, offered Mando a Beskar spear for killing Ahsoka Tano. Guess what? He failed.
There's another great character and a very well shot scene. Her palace was fun. I like the palace. Blob. Her name was not the Blob. Sir Spee's reviews.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure about that one. Let's see. I do know the answer, but I want the chat to. I'm testing their skills because last week was garbage, as Fred.
Wow, that's a big mistake. I think testing the chat skills is a big mistake.
Maybe I should just move on. Yeah. I'm going to move on and just answer the question. Morgan, her name was Morgan Elsbeth.
Is that your final answer?
It is my final answer.
Well done. Morgan Elsbeth Templar is absolutely correct. Now, I did not confirm this, and maybe I could even look it up right now. I heard that the actress who played Morgan Elsbeth was like Bruce Lee's like niece or something like that. Did you hear that?
No.
That could be one of those just like ridiculous rumors that like someone starts and then they catch on, but
Mike
it's not
Zero.
true whatsoever. Yeah, that's something Mike Zero's going to pick up. He's going to have a video on it tomorrow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. He's probably filming it right now.
He probably is.
I think he watches this show and looks for stupidity in the chat and then bases all of his stupid stuff on what the chat's saying.
That would make sense. Now, first of all, we've confirmed that everyone watches this show. We know Dave Filoni watches this show. We know Jon Favreau watches this show.
Cheers, Dave.
Yeah, we know all the biggest Star Wars people out there watch the show. I've been working with YouTube because our data seems to report incorrect analytics. Like, it might say we get, like 100 views, but I'm like, no, I think that was supposed to be 1 million, and like they dropped a couple zeros. Yeah. And so, but like I've been working with YouTube, but I know for a fact we've reached out to their people. We know they all watch the show.
Stats for nerds, right? Stats for nerds.
Yeah, come on. Yeah, numbers are for nerds.
All right, here we go. Stats for nerds.
We're not nerds. It's not like we're playing Star Wars trivia.
10.
Here we go. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Boom. Question number 10. On Tython, Boba. Never heard of him. Shows Mondo that his chain code has been encoded in his armor for this many years. Fine, Boba, we get it. It's your armor. Jeez.
It is his armor,
and
he
so
wants
obsessed with the armor. You know what he should do is go check the Sarlacc pit, even though he crawled out of it with it on.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, I won't turn this into a Book of Boba Fett rant.
No, we could,
but I want
to.
Easily. But I want to. Yeah. I kind of want to.
Like, why? When he got his armor, it seemed like he was murdering everybody to get that armor. Everyone, all of them. And then he gets the armor, and he's like, "All right, let's settle down and form a committee. And let's organize a peace accord, and do this like civilized people instead of murderous homicidal maniacs that we are."
Did Boba do anything in the Book of Boba Fett as badass as he did in that episode of The Mandalorian?
Not even close.
Where he was just like busting stormtroopers left and right.
No, yeah, he was in the bacta tank the whole time, screwing around in the bacta tank.
Let me see. What does Cyrus be here? Like they're fact checking me. No, he's not Lee's niece, but what does Pops say? Bruce Lee's her godfather. Okay.
Doesn't mean
he says
anything.
he looked it up. Let's see. One of Lee's students' daughter. So a goddaughter. Okay, I was going to say, I heard she had some connection to Bruce Lee. So
I believe she is. I'm not sure her name, and we keep saying she, but I believe she's famous as an actress in that samurai Asian,
like in that genre
kung
type of
fu.
movie.
That genre type films. Just like the guy who played Nuit, right, in Rogue One, right? That Inuit, right? He says, I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
he was
Chirrut.
super famous actor in the Asian kung fu movies and all that stuff.
Chirrut in Rogue One was fantastic. I really liked his character in Rogue One.
Oh yeah, great movie. It seems like it's been 25 years since I've seen that movie though. So that's my final answer. 25 years. Follow my gut.
Interesting, and your gut is correct again. 25 years, Templar. Well done. You are 10 for 10. You're perfect right now, right? You're at a perfect 25 points. You're 25 for 25. Moving into the Jedi Knight round.
Wow.
You're going to get harder. Just a reminder to like, subscribe, and share. Seriously, go down, hit the stupid thumb. It just turns it a different color. It costs you nothing. Just hit the stupid thumb. Hit the thumb. Jeez, why is it so hard? And hit the subscribe button. It's free. It's free. If you're watching this, you obviously love Star Wars. You love Star Wars trivia. I'm not normally this mean about it. Normally, I'm like, hey, please hit. No, I'm done with that. If you watch this, it's free. hit the thumbs up and hit the subscribe, damn it. Jeez. And
if you're here and watching, hit the button. Hit the button.
Share it. Freaking share it around, man. Let's help us grow this thing. Here we go. And of course, we have to thank our round 3 sponsor, which is, I'll find it, Grogu's Goodies, the cooking-free cookbook. That's right. It has all kinds of amazing recipes in that book, such as frog. That's it. Find a live frog, swallow it whole. It's fantastic. Ice spiders. Especially in their eggs and their shells. Grab an egg with an ice spider to eat it whole. Fantastic. Grogu's Goodies, the cook-free cookbook. Check them out today.
Theme music now. You get your own theme music.
I guess so. We're just playing ourselves off now. There we go.
Hey, Mad Hatter Pops. What's going on?
Mad Hatter Pops, what's up? What's going on, man? Ray, not perfect. 10 for 10. Yeah, well, okay. Again, Ray would know about math. That's his specialty. Here we go, Templar. Question 11. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Difficulty level stepping up. Here we go. Pointlessly trying to save Grogu by removing him from the Seeing Stone, Mando shocks himself this many times.
Oh,
you got to applaud his resolve.
Good question. Wow, that's a great question because I did not count those. I'm going to have to figure this out. That's a great question.
Talk it through.
It's
Think
legit.
it out. Think of the scenes. Think about what happens.
I know that he's really working really hard to force himself in there.
Well,
and I know that he gets...
That's what she said.
Forced penetration. He's really trying to penetrate that deeply, but...
I don't know if we need to use the word penetration. I think it was implied, but okay.
It's not going in. And out he goes. We've all been there. We're across the room.
Yeah.
And then he tries another time. Pushing even harder this time. He still can't get in. I think it's twice. I would really like... Ray, half a time, 0.6 to the 4th power.
Popsis says 3.1. He's watching Ray too much. Ray says a half to the 4th power. I assume that since there's nothing in there, it'd be times 0.6. So what would that be? A half to that power would be 0.5 times 0.5, which should be 2.5 times 0.6, which should be
3.1.
1.5. It's 1.5.
1.5, huh?
Somebody fact check my math on that. I think the answer to Ray's question, half to the 4th power times 0.6 is 1.5. That's my answer. I'm a mathematical genius.
This is a good question. I think 2, but if I was the Mandalorian and I tried twice, I would just be pissed off and I would try the 3rd time. I'm going to have to go with 3 times because the Pop Sith, now I owe him $60, even if he's wrong.
Pop Sith says 3.1.
It wasn't 0.1, Pop Sith. I'm not paying you an extra 10% either for the 3.1 answer. I think it's 3 times. It's either 2 or 3 times. Definitely wasn't once. I'm going with 3 because I feel like if I was a Mandalorian, I would try 3 times. 3 is my final answer.
Well, unfortunately, you are absolutely correct for me. 3 is the correct answer. He tries immediately and is shocked. Mm-hmm. Then he leaves. He flies back, right? And is shocked again. Says he's going to protect him and leaves again. And then when he comes back, he really tries to get in there and just kind of gets zapped. And then Grogu puts the shield down and he, of course, is abducted. So, well done. That's
like
right.
My prom night.
I thought you could, work that one out because I think if the answer is 1 or 2, is it really a trivia question? I think it'd be more than that. Because the reason I said you got to admire his resolve is because he just tries it more than once or even twice. It's like he just keeps trying and getting shocked. And initially, I wanted to ask this question before I even saw the scene. I was like, I'm going to ask him how many times. And I thought it was 4 or 5. Because I remember the first time I watched it being like, why does he keep going in? He's just going to get zapped. But I double checked it twice and it ended up being 3. He goes in 3 times.
If it was like 5 or 6 times, he'd have been bouncing off it like a dunce, boing,
like,
boing, boing.
What is he doing?
He tried really hard.
He definitely did. Well, you are killing it right now. You are now 11 for 11. And we're moving on to question 12. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Are you ready for question 12?
I am.
Speaking of that scene, Templar, this is the number of dark troopers that go to the Seeing Stone to apprehend Grogu.
3.0. Jedi John, thank you. But odd numbers are not really the Star Wars thing. We do see 5 a lot. We do see 23 a lot.
That's an odd number.
That's a good point. It's a good point. There are a lot of odd numbers. Probably the same number of odd numbers.
Yeah.
About half. About half. But according to Ray, it would be probably like 0.478, 2223. And I'm not quite half. The answer to this question is 4.
Is that your final answer?
It's my final answer.
That's absolutely correct. It is 4. 4 dark troopers go down to snatch Grogu. You are on fire.
Mm-hmm.
And now, see, I'm just kind of trying to work these questions like they work perfectly, like from one to the other. We're just rolling. This is like one of those things you take the previous thing and you keep going like they do an improv. Here you go. Number 13. Speaking of dark troopers, according to Dr. Pershing, Moff Gideon's dark troopers are this generation, meaning no more suits because they're droids.
I feel, what's the current, in human terms, what's the current generation that's being, I'm Generation X. Are you Generation Y, perhaps? Because you're just slightly younger than me.
I'm a millennial, believe
You're
it or
a millennial.
not, but I'm like the oldest millennial. Like millennials were first called millennials like the year I was born.
Because I feel like I watch a lot of Elon Musk late at night, and I feel like we're heading towards a situation where we're all going to be droids sooner or later. Why they would want to do that is beyond me, but I think that's what Tyler's
Boston
been
Dynamics.
working on.
Yeah, Tyler does stuff like at Boston Dynamics. They're just creating robots that are, it's going to be like iRobot from Asimov. Like they're really just going to take over the world.
And you know damn well Tyler's going to download his brain into those robots. So we're going to have an entire world full of Tyler bots.
Yeah, that sounds, doesn't it just sound terrible?
You have that please stand by. Put this please stand by up there. I can't even believe I imagined that.
Man,
What
so
was I
bad.
thinking?
So
I
bad.
forgot
Augie
what the
says
question
8. Augie says 8. Degeneration X. There we go.
That's right. They are a generation.
Is that a wrestling reference, right? Because
I think so.
They were pretty big in weren't they called Generation X?
A wrestler just passed away. Who was that? Was it
was Razor Ramon the one that just passed away?
Yeah. It was Scott Hall. Yep, Scott Hall.
Yeah, he's Razor Ramon.
Razor Ramon.
Like those guys were big when I was like younger, and I was super big into wrestling. Oh yeah. Well, of course he was Razor Ramon back then, and Kevin Nash was Diesel back then, and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, those guys were awesome. So the generation that you're asking about is Generation 3.
Final answer?
Yes.
It is the 3rd generation. That's absolutely correct. Oh my goodness.
It's weird that the previous generation had humans stuck inside those suits, man.
Well, they were suits. They're not suits anymore. Now they're fully droids. Now, here's the thing, Templar. Right now, you're 13 for 13. You're doing great. You're doing great. The questions get harder now. You've got 2 more Jedi Knight level questions. These are much harder than the previous questions. And then, of course, you've got what I think is a fair but difficult final question. And we'll see how you can do. So are you ready for question 14?
I am. These beers are delicious. I've had 3.
The sours? I like the sour ale. Like
they're 6.5%, so they're a little stronger than I expected.
They're a little on the stronger side, but still, sour ales are good. All right, are you ready? Question number 14. Here we go.
Let's do it.
After a superior officer catches Mando and Mayfeld with their helmets off, Miggs saves the day by making up these 2 TK numbers. By the way, you've got to tell me whose number belongs to who.
Son of a
Sounds
bitch.
like I got a stopper.
You might have, because now I'm thinking about my studying, and I watched that scene, and I'm like, I didn't write that shit down. Oh my god! All right, chat. I need you, chat. This is important, chat. Chat.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 question. He only got 4.5 points. Well, the one I only gave him 4/5 credit, but he then gave me additional information on a later question, so I gave him 0.4 bonus points, right, or 0.6 bonus points.
Right. It was fair.
So you are still at the full. You can get the full points.
Not for long. Wow, this is something I did not study. Absolutely did not write down.
Really? See, I thought this is something that was so little. Was so little in these episodes for like good numbered hardcore trivia questions.
I was focusing on the story they were telling, and the Imperial officer. I was paying close attention to that, and that just went right past me.
Wow, yeah. Because remember he asked Mando what his TK number is. Mando goes, and then Miggs runs up. He says, "Oh, this is his number. He's my boss, and this is my number." And he gives his number.
TK numbers are all 3 digits. Okay.
They are. I will confirm that. Yep. These TK numbers are 3 digits. Yep.
And I remember hearing the numbers and thinking, these aren't Star Wars numbers. These aren't numbers that you've heard before. These aren't like 5 or 23 or 1138.
I would confirm. Yeah. It's not, it's not 2187. It's right. It's nothing like that. Yep. It's not 1184.
The chat's gone mute as always. When in my time of need, the chat has nothing. Crickets. Here, I'm gonna do a cricket song.
Because nobody knows.
This is I'm gonna play the blues.
Augie's got one. He says TK 593.
That's as respectable of a guess as I'd come up with. Let's play a little blues while we figure it out.
TK 420.
I'm going to lock in TK 593 as one of my 2 answers.
Who?
TK 4220. TK 420 is not. No.
Who's 593? You have to tell me who.
Wait a minute. TK. Oh, it does have something to do with 420. Son of a bitch. That's how I was trying to remember it. All right. TK 593 is my first locked in answer. It's a complete guess. TK 419.
You got to tell me who's who.
Oh. I'm guessing. TK 419 is Mando, and TK 593 is Miggs.
Are those your final answers?
That's my final answer.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a quarter credit for this question because
quarter credit. All right.
593 is a TK number, but 593 is Mando's TK number.
Okay. All right.
Miggs's TK number, Augie, I'm guessing just looked it up, is 111. Miggs says Mando is TK 593, and he says that he himself is TK 111. So I'm going to give you a quarter credit on that. These are 6-point questions. So you still get 1.5 points. You still get 1.5 points on that question. I do. So, all right. So, we got the stopper, folks. We got the
Cheers
stopper.
To that question.
We stopped him.
Spectacular.
And yeah, there we go. That was a tough one. And I honestly, I thought you were probably going to bust that one out. So I said the last 2 were harder, and then I thought the final question was kind of hard too. So. But here we go. Now here's the last, which I thought was the hardest question. Final question number 15 before we get into the bonus final question. So this is, final regular question, folks. Here we go, Templar. According to Cara Dune, Miggs Mayfeld is doing 50 years for springing a prisoner in this correctional facility. At least it sounds like they have a steakhouse.
I had it memorized where he was captured when he committed the crime.
No, it's where he is. He's in this correctional facility.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, if that reads ambiguously, I want to know the correctional facility he's in.
And it's the planet, which is unnamed, and like the scene where they're cruising. I can expound a little bit now because we're at question 15, so I'm kind of talking it through. I looked and looked for the answer to this. I love this question because I knew it was going to bust me if you asked it, because I couldn't.
It is said it's the correctional facility where he's being held. It is said.
It is said. Cara Dune or one of them says it when he says he's looking for him. Ray, it's not Popeyes. No. Although that does make me very hungry all of a sudden.
It's Popeye's chicken. He's being held at a Popeye's chicken. A tortured no man should have.
There's a bit of a hint here. Can I see the question again, please?
You can. Yeah, I did give you a hint. According to Cara Dune, Miggs Mayfield is doing 50 years for springing a prisoner in this correctional facility. Not springing him in this facility. He's in this facility. At least it sounds like they have a steakhouse.
Do they still have steakhouses in Michigan? Because there aren't any in Maine.
Hell yeah, they do.
The context of the hint might be lost on me because Maine we have cows. I just walk up around the corner with my machete and take a steak off the hip. They heal in a couple of days. They're fine.
You just skin them and you throw it up on the grill?
Just come home and cook it. The only steakhouse I'm aware of is Ruth Chris. I don't know. Is that correct? Is that a thing?
Well, Ruth Chris is a steakhouse. There's actually one in the building I work in. And it's a really nice steakhouse, but it's like, very expensive. Yes. But sometimes steakhouses are called something else. And that's where the hint comes from, because I can't say it because it's in the name.
Oh. Slaughter's coming to mind. Slaughter? No.
It's not called the Slaughter yet, I know.
A couple weeks ago, sous chef, droid. Son of a man. Pelican Bay.
Pelican Bay.
That's a great movie, and it's a fun video game too. Chop Fields.
See, now he says Chop Fields, and Robert says a chop house.
You know what? I love Rob. I'm going with Rob, and if Rob's wrong, I'm driving to Boston tonight, motherfucker, and I'm gonna find you, and I'm coming to your house. I know right where you live on Manning Street. True story. The first time Patriots faced the New York Giants in the Super Bowl, I was at Rob's house that weekend going to a Mo show in Boston. Mm-hmm. I was sick. I was super sick, dying. I had H1N1 or something. And he lives on Manning Street, and that was the same weekend as the Super Bowl. So I saw the two concerts Friday, Saturday night, right? Drove back to Maine Sunday to watch the Super Bowl, and those Giants beat them.
Yeah, they did.
And because I slept on Manning Street that night, I've never forgiven myself. That's why I drink so much. So I'm going with my friend Rob here, Chop House.
Now, Popsa says Chop Fields.
Chop Fields, Chop House. I have two very good friends
here. A Chop
House
is another name for a steakhouse.
I'm conflicted. These two are my very good friends of mine, and I feel like they wouldn't lie to me. I'm going with my friend Rob. I'm going with Chop House. I'm going with Chop House because I have
Final answer.
Final answer.
Well, that's incorrect, unfortunately.
Son of a...
He had you on the right track. It is the Carthon Chop Fields is the name of the correctional facility. The Carthon Chop Fields.
That's a great question. I knew those were the two questions I would get wrong.
Yeah, well, they're the last two. They're the hardest ones, of course.
No, I got the blues.
Other than, of course, yeah.
I got the blues. Star Wars blues. From my head all the way down to my shoes.
Right.
That was a brilliant Emmy-winning song.
That solo of the last 3 seconds, you really crushed it. You really
fire.
It was fire. Well,
Like the Death Star on Alderaan.
Templar, you've done great. You were 13 for 13. You ran into a buzzsaw with the last couple of questions.
I deserved it.
Still, very, very, very good. Now, before we get into the final multi-part question, which is not easy either by any means, it is the most difficult question so far. Cheers to you. Cheers to everyone. Pick up your glass, whatever it is you're drinking at home. See, I got the lights, Blue Moon Light Sky now on deck.
Thanks, Rob, you jerk.
Cheers. Pick them up live or on the replay. Slam them.
This is almost the point where I pee myself during the show. Pretty close to peeing myself.
Well, there you go. We've only got one question left, and then we're done. So you ready? I think that means yes in harmonica. That means yes in harmonica. So here we go. Last question, Templar. Final
Take it easy
Jedi
on me.
Master question. Nope. That's not the way it works. Heading towards Caladan with Ahsoka, Mando notes that the Imperial Magistrate has a small army of guards armed with blank, 2 blank droids, and a hired blank.
This is mine. Consider yourself.
The sorrow one?
No. You're smoked. Consider yourself
Oh,
smoked.
you've got this one, huh?
That's my celebration song.
Okay.
You know what?
What do you
Observation.
Okay.
When after the Juggernaut made it across that rusty old bridge into the Imperials, and they were celebrating, like almost every Star Wars movie has a celebration at the end when they destroy the Empire, right?
They do. Yep.
So they destroyed the local natives, and they were all celebrating and having a little dance too. Did you notice that? They had a little song going, and
They did.
yay,
Pirates.
yay, the Empire, yay, Empire. Remember that?
Just goes to show you. Now, here again, that's a good point. Now, think about this. Miggs, when Mando doesn't have his helmet on and he's confronted by that superior officer, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're talking, and Miggs is talking about how like he's sending soldiers to their deaths, and he's like, "Oh, it's a necessary thing." And Miggs is like, "Yeah, but they're people, right? And they're all dead." And it's kind of like Miggs is like
really good
literally
to them.
trying to humanize stormtroopers, and the conversation he's had with Mando is like, we're all just where we are, right? We're all just doing the bidding of other people, and if you're born here, you become a stormtrooper. You're born here, you're whatever. But then after basically saying that and trying to say like how important like the lives of Imperial soldiers are, he goes on to just shoot him and then shoot tons of other random innocent people in the cafeteria.
Oh yeah, he just
You know what I mean?
He's just like,
He just starts shooting all kinds of random people. Yeah. I guess. I get you got to escape, but I mean, he's talking about innocent lives, and then he just murders a bunch of innocent people. So, the lines are blurry, I guess. Well, here you go. You seem to think you're ready to go. You did get a gunslinger from Augie.
Yeah, there is a gunslinger. His name is Lang.
Heading towards Caladan with Ahsoka, Mando notes that the Imperial Magistrate has a small army of guards armed with blank, 2 blank droids, and a hired blank.
X-350 blasters, 2 HK-87 assassin droids, and a hired gun by the name of Lang. Final answer.
So I'm looking for an exact quote. I'm going to give you. I need you to say it again. What you just said.
Small army of guards armed with X-350 blaster rifles, 2 HK-87 assassin droids, and a hired gun.
So here's what I'm going to do for now. The 2 HK assassin droids is absolutely correct. It is a hired gunfighter. Hired gunfighter. That is the quote. You said gun, hired gun, this guy. I'm going to give it to you. Now, and then you said what for the blasters?
A350 blaster rifles.
So now I'm going to verify this one. Because that's not what I had written down, but it's partially what I had written down.
I have it written down, but
see,
Frederick will have a challenge for himself next week.
We got this is chapter 13. We're looking up, folks, live on the air. Live on the air.
Have a little tension music.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to accept that. I wonder if the script that I had pulled when I was verifying that just didn't have complete information sometimes.
I have notes I can verify directly.
Maybe
right
it doesn't. Is it this one? Let's see what I got here. Okay. Yes. You are absolutely correct. Well done. Sometimes when I'm verifying answers, I pull scripts, and sometimes the scripts are like mistyped. And this one just said A blaster rifles, like A's.
Oh.
And so I thought that was weird. And you said A350s, and I just pulled up a different script, and it says A350 blaster rifles.
Right.
So you are absolutely correct. I'm going to give you the gunfighter for hired gun at the end. So there you go. You smashed the final question out of the park.
Yes.
That's worth 11 points, which means you only missed, what, 2 6-point questions, and then you got a quarter credit for one of the other ones. So, but other than that's quality. That's very quality. That's like a 50. I mean, that's got to be like a 52 or 53-point round. So, very, very solid, Jeremy. You did excellent.
Good. I feel good. See, last week, 2 weeks ago, rather, you got the last 2 questions wrong because they were ridiculous. And then Tyler got some questions wrong a couple weeks ago. Last 2, I think, also. So trending last 2 questions.
Well, because you try to make those hard, and it's different. Everybody who knows, like we've said, it's like these are shows. There's more content than a single movie to study for, and these are new, and so it's not like The Phantom Menace or The Empire Strikes Back, where we've been watching it for decades. And it's only 2 hours, and like you can watch it over and over again and know everything about it. It's very, very different.
It's harder to work through it, like trying to come up with the answers because there's only just that little bit of information to work with, Right. Yeah. Yep. So that's kind of why we broke it up into sections, right? 4 episodes and 4 episodes of each season. So, well, that's it. Well done, Jeremy. You did great. Jeremy from Templar Pops. Check him out, TemplarPops.com. Give yourself a little plug if you want to plug anybody. What do you got going on right now, man? Whatnot. Hang out on Whatnot. That's where everything's happening. Funko Pop sales are weird right now. Just weird. And like, I'm not really doing it. So, yeah, comic books. Dragon Ball cards. We've had other things coming. Comic books are a lot of fun. Tomorrow, actually, noontime, Whatnot, we're going live at the comic book auction for about 2 hours. 2 hours.
And you're doing like live breaks and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Or a little bit of
card breaks. Yeah, a little bit of everything. I thought about dabbling in sports, but the market there is just like Funko. There's a million shows at a time.
It's got to be pretty convoluted, I would imagine.
So, and I don't know what I'm doing, so it's a lost cause. I'll start with something I don't know what I'm doing that only 3 people are doing, and then I'll learn it. Like VHS tapes.
I'm telling you, Funko's. I know it's so crazy. It just seems like in the past year, like it's gotten very flooded, like which is good. That means like more people are into Funko, but it's also like there's just too many people who are buy, selling, and trading, and Funko is mass producing everything now, where like they didn't used to. They're unvaulting things that were vaulted and reproducing them, and like collectors hate that. You hate when you've got a pop that's old, even like, let's not even say like a hardcore pop, but like the Clone Wars Anakin, right? Like that was like a $50 pop, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they just reproduced it. Like the same pop. And I believe it was vaulted. I mean, like they've done it with tons of stuff, even limited editions.
Next one will be
editions.
Moon Knight will be next. They reissued Ahsoka. The
LA Comic-Con one?
Yeah. It's the same series, same year. Moon Knight's coming. I'm surprised it's not out already. Yeah, it's coming.
So that'll probably show up overseas like Ahsoka did. And like, it crushes the value. It's like, just make a new Moon Knight, right? Or make a new Ahsoka. Like, why do you do that to the value on the old pops? I hate that they're doing that. It's very frustrating. But anyways, I may be doing my own, maybe in the next few weeks, Whatnot auction too, where I might have like an epic grail all time, like more than $1,000 grail, and then charge like 40 or 50 bucks a box, break them all live. You'll get a pop. It might be a $10 pop, but I would consider it like buying a raffle ticket. You know what I mean? Where it's like you get a 1 in 50 or 1 in 100 shot of winning a $1,500 pop for 50 bucks. And even if you don't win, you get a pop. So Keep an eye if you follow me on Whatnot, but I'm gonna have something like that going on soon too. Because Funko right now they're tough because coming out with 1,000 new pops a day, and they're overproducing everything. So for people who are looking for value and scarcity, it's hard to find it.
Absolutely, really. And Luau and I talk about this almost daily, and I think we've nailed it down. I think that what's happened is the last 2.5 years, it's been a huge boom. All of those old pops are settled back into newer collections. People aren't getting rid of them right now because PPG is down. If it comes back up, maybe we'll see a new wave of current collectors putting their pops back out, because you're not seeing the old stuff. I'm seeing the same old Funkos in every single mystery box. Bank robber Jokers in every mystery box. Captain Rexes in every mystery box. It's the same pops over and over and over again. So there's no more variety like there used to be with Pop King. Paul would have 400 vaulted pieces in one box, and now you can't get 4. You can't get 4 or 5 vaulted pieces in one box now. So yeah. Collectors own them and lock them down.
I know. Yeah. I know, but it's been tough. Still love it. But I got something going on, or we'll have something going on soon in the next few weeks, probably. I don't go live that often. Templar's live all the time, so check them out on Whatnot. What's your Whatnot handle? Is it just at Templar Pops?
Templar_Pops. Yeah, all lowercase.
Templar_Pops. There you go. So check them out on Whatnot, all kinds of stuff, not just Funkos, live breaks, Dragon Ball cards, all kinds of stuff like that. And that takes us to Tyler's signature sign up. Now, since Tyler's not here, we're just going to play one from the vault. And so I have chosen a random previous sign up. This is one where Tyler actually had me under mind control before losing control of his bodily functions. So I hope you enjoy it. Tyler, get out of my head.
Did you just fart?
What? No.
I'm pretty sure I was just mind raping you here, and I'm pretty sure you just farted. We have a show we're trying to do here.
I didn't fart. I was under your control.
Oh my God, dude. Are you serious? I can smell it. Oh, dude, that is rank, man. How can I even smell that? You're in a different city. Oh, I farted.
Perfect. Humiliate Tyler just a little bit more before we go.
I know. That's so great. Thanks, Jeremy, for showing up. Thank you all for showing up, whether you're in the live or in the replay. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next time.
See you in 4 hours, Rob.